Hey guys, today we're going to be playing Do Not Take This Cat Home, a horror game where you take home a cat that has otherworldly, mysterious, and terrifying abilities. You're not having a great day, as usual. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical, but maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow. Right? When you turn to head home when... Meow. Huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Ooh, wonder if the kitty cat has anything to do with it. It ate them. It, the creature. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forwards. The ground, dampened by the rain, makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Meow, meow. Finally, the sound's source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, meow, is a cat. Huh? Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So cute. And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or another about cats before, but if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you. As if waiting for you to make the next move. Do not take the cat home. With a sigh, you take a decisive step back. As cute as the cat is, you really can't afford to be taking in a pet on a whim. Rent's coming up soon, your job doesn't exactly leave you rolling in dough. You give the cat a sad nod. Sorry, good luck out here, okay? You turn around and leave the cat and the alleyway behind. Rain's picking up. Oh, listen to him. Time to head home. Ending. Not a fool. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, let's start again. We'll take the cat home, obviously. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Why not? You've just doomed yourself, my friend. You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible and take it to a shelter tomorrow, but for now, let's get you out of the rain, okay? You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, one you living alone in right now. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new apartment environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it with the tab on top. I shouldn't have picked a narrative game. Can't fucking read. You put some cat food on the saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up as you're beckoning. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. Try not to let it annoy you. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. It follows you to the kitchen as you start your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread, toasted, mayo, and mustard spread. Turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomatoes. What? You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto your counter, sniffs the knife, and meows almost pointedly at you. Hey, don't worry, it's alright. It was just an... You watch, the cat starts to... It's gonna lick up the blood. That's definitely not a red flag at all there, buddy. Lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely... I can't speak. Has been completely licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird, right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? Meow. Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside, not after all your efforts. You were going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyways, right? What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with the bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while you're trying to watch TV, you gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behavior. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. I want to eat you, fool! Oh, come on, enough already. You shove it away, a little more forceful this time, out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner into the hall. At this point, you're just worried it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea of how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left after tossing the cat out in the rain. Other than tossing the cat out in the rain. After finding a number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and the lights just went out. Devious little animal, aren't you? He cut the line! That damn cat cut the line! Great, just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find out it's out of batteries? Your cell phone? Batteries. Out of batteries. Give me a second, guys. I gotta put my AA batteries in my cell phone. I gotta make sure it's nice and powered good. It's just a brick. Must have forgotten to charge it before. Oh, okay. All right, I guess that would make sense. Out of battery. Battery, not batteries. Batteries? What? You putting some batteries in your cell phone? The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky's pitch black. What time is it? Turn and check the clock. Oh! The cat is sitting on top of your digital clock, staring at you! Look at that one, it says kill, I think. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't have been working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up, and it's going completely haywire. The cat stares at you, it's completely still. You think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking, it's not even breathing, but its eyes... This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Its eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it, its pupils are large, round, inky pits. The flashlight flickers. And it's gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence punctuated with a rapid pumping of blood in your heart. It's overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How's the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at that moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order has been restored. Will be restored. No answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock, and it feels as if the air coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this. I can read. But you can sense it clearly as if it had whispered. Let's play. Except it would be like in a cat voice, like, let's play. That's not how a cat would sound. Right into your ear. Right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could, even if it did. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fears gripping on your mind. Your legs tangle together under the haste, and you fall to the ground. A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first you think you broke your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pulling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on the tiles after skidding across the floor as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming from outside. The light pouring in from your now opened front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open doors screech to a halt as your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife. And still, tinted red from your earlier blunder, but that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you left it. You devious little animal! You put it there! You put the knife there! What's wrong with you? When you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife, it spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife, as if skipping in delight. Delicious! And it bends down to lap up the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths, discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you'd taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Blood. Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if considering the act of pouncing forwards. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red, but there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you, everything. What is this cat? Is this like an otherworldly entity? Except your blood. You can barely glimpse the bloody imprints of your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running, because if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then what in the world is behind you? Alright, we are met with another decision. Keep running or look behind you. Obviously. You gotta give in to curiosity, right? Look behind you. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0. It begins. What? 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 You're not gonna... What? Huh? Huh? You're not gonna tell me? Oh, I didn't save. I forgot that was a function. Okay. The weather is obviously perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What is that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down and beneath the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Meow, meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alleyway, a dog. It is a dog. Oh, guess this should have been obvious. Meow. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold amongst the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up the edge of the box and looks at you. So, you look so familiar. Oh, there's some like timeline shenanigans or some shit going on, right? Meow. Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Oh, just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you or for getting this close like the other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. Do not take the cat home. No, we'll take it home. Oh, don't let him get sad. Well, why not, right? You barely reach out your arms when the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs onto your shoulders. It butts its head onto your temple, nuzzling against it. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get out of here, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. He knows! You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. Yep. 1 bedroom, bathroom. So it feels weird having another, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door, placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment, but it simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. Do something alone, do something with the cat. Like what? Ooh, pet the cat, feed the cat, play with the cat, clean the cat. On second thought, let's clean the cat. Pet the cat, clean the cat. It just got home, it was a stray. Let's give it a little wash. You realize the cat isn't exactly clean. Not surprising, since you brought it home. It's been sitting in a dirty old box in an alley full of scattered garbage for who knows how long. You've heard that cats can keep themselves clean, but maybe this is one of those times that a little human help can hurt. Head into the bathroom and set things up, trying to remember how to wash a cat. You're definitely no expert, but you think the best way to get a cat clean would be quickly, carefully. Ooh, carefully. You think carefully is the way to go. Cats aren't always fond of water, so you doubt I'll be a fan of the excessive amount of it. So, pick the cat up, placing it gently into the sink before turning on the water. Meow! The cat is startled, but ultimately doesn't try to run away. Nice. Nice. You lather your hands with some soap and carefully give the cat a thorough half scrub, half massage. After a few minutes, you rinse the cat completely and gather it up in a blanket, drying it. Then you take a brush and carefully run it through the cat's fur. The cat seems to like it. Seems like it's in heaven as you brush it. Some hairs are sticking to you, but you don't mind. In fact, quite a lot of fur is sticking to you. Try to brush it away, but it won't come off. Okay, where is this going? Guess you're next up for a bath yourself. What is going on? You try to ignore the fur and finish the cat quickly. The more he keeps sticking to you, your hands, your arms, before you realize that you're covered in fur that won't come off. It's thick enough that you try to just yank it off, but pain lances through the spot you tugged at. Upon closer inspection, you see that the hair is growing. Oh gosh. It's going in this direction. Growing out of you. You can actually feel it now. Fur is growing out of your back, your neck, your face, your eyes. No, not the eyes. What? Oh gosh. Why? Why? Why'd it have to be the eyes and the tongue? Why? Oh gosh. Oh, that's terrible. I don't even want to think about that. It's even growing inside your throat. I can cough. See, I do that all the time. As you collapse and start to choke on the thickening fur in your esophagus, the cat leans up against you, leans up to the lap at the fur growing on your forehead. That is like a sentence I did not think I would ever say in my entire life, but here we are. Grooming your hair as thoroughly as you did for it earlier. Oh my gosh, you'd think it'd be sweet if you weren't currently losing hair. Still, feels nice at least to be looked after and cared for in some way, even if it's just for a little while longer. The cat's careful grooming is the last thing you feel before you're no longer able to breathe. Self-care buddies. Ending 15? Oh my gosh. What did I get? What did I sign up for? Do something alone. Let's do something alone. Like what? Clean the apartment, watch a movie, take a nap. Clean the apartment. You decide that even if it's your day off, that doesn't mean you should be completely unproductive. You know, you have a guest and all, but you really shouldn't put off your chores. It's best to get them done while you're in the mood to do so. So for now, you get dressed, roll up your sleeves, and get to work on cleaning the apartment. At least you try to. You sweep the living room. You wipe the kitchen counter. Okay, you don't make your bed, but who actually does that anyway? As I turn around to look at my bed, which I made. I mean, to be fair, I didn't make it until later, but still. You notice that no matter how much you clean up, you keep finding more messes than when you started. You peek over at the cat. You suspect that it might be the culprit behind this mystery. But every time you rush to check on it or catch it in the act, you always find it napping in the living room. You keep cleaning, but the cat, or something, keeps leaving more and more messes in its wake. Keep cleaning. Catch the cat in the act. How are you supposed to finish cleaning up if this little imp is making a menace of itself? No. You know the cat's the culprit. You consider locking it up in the bathroom, at least until you clean the rest of the apartment. But it just doesn't seem fair when you don't actually have any proof. You need to investigate this further. You need proof. You need the proof, man. Not just for the sake of your sanity, but more importantly, for your sake of cleanliness. You start to clean again and peek behind you, catching mere glimpses of a paw here, tail there. But as with earlier, when you rush back to the living room, the cat is still sleeping. Okay. You want to play, cat? Then let's play. This time you decide to lay a trap. One your feline friend won't be able to resist. You tackle the kitchen island counter. And give it the works. It's glistening by the time you're done. It's so clean, you drop kick anyone who even thought of eating off of it. The perfect trap for your little cleaning saboteur. You whistle innocently as you exit the room and hide around the corner of the entryway to the hall. Whoops. From the angle you're at, you have a perfect view of the cat and the island counter. There's no way you won't catch the culprit in the act now. If it really isn't the cat, maybe you'll give it a treat as an apology for your suspicions. But as you deliberate if you should stop by the grocery store to get some fish, the cat starts to, oh boy, shift. Excuse me. Its back that was rising and falling even moments ago. Oh geez, is now rippling with small tremors like an agitated wave on a black sea. This cat is some kind of otherworldly anomaly. Bro is capable of doing anything. Oh my gosh. Ooh. It's shuddering. It's bubbling. Bro's just got a tummy ache. It's okay. It's bulging. What the? Oh my gosh, it just gave birth. Asexually. Huh? What in the hell? You gape in disbelief as another cat bursts out of the still sleeping feline you've taken home with you. You're fairly certain that's not how cats give birth. But more importantly, you watch Cat 2 shake itself off before leaping onto the counter, rolling around on top of it, and leaving fur and grime in its wake. You probably should have given it a bath earlier. That's a fun, callback. You feel like your mind is lagging behind the reality of the discovery you've just made, but you don't seem capable of thinking beyond smaller observations. For example, though the hows and whys of what you're witnessing eludes you, the more pertinent question that strikes you is that if the original cat is still sleeping, and the clone cat is busy making another mess, Then where are all the other clones? There's more of them. Where are they? Suddenly, the two cats look directly up at you in perfect unison. They're like, wait! Wait! He's onto us! He's onto us! Cat and cat two. You. Everyone. They're all silent. Waiting. Their eyes pin you to the spot with their intensity. But you realize, with the familiar sinking feeling of being watched from behind, that they're not the only ones looking at you. You slowly turn. Bro's gonna get eaten alive by like 50 cats. Oh no. Oh my gosh! This is the. Oh gosh. Back in the hall behind you, from the floor to ceiling, it's a living, breathing, writhing wall of cats. Of clones, all piled on top of each other. The glowing golden eyes of every cat in the undulating wall of pure black fur. Every single eye is trained on you. Out of fear and a sheer, desperate need to distance yourself from this blight on reality and order, you take a single step back. And in response, the wall just breaks. That is such a fun way of describing like a shit ton of cats. Just a wall of cats. Then it's just like, it just breaks. The wall breaks like it's an object. It's not like this living mass. That is so fun. The cats all stampeding over you. It'd be kind of cute. Cute? What the? If their soft paws weren't hiding claws as sharp as knives. You try to protect yourself, but there's just too many of them. Blood leaks steadily from your scratches. You feel dizzy. With what little strength you have, you turn your head and watch as the cats tear through carpet and upholstery, knock over vases, dishes, and lamps, claw at the walls. It's going to take forever to clean this up, you think. Brother, I don't think you're cleaning anything up. I think you're done. Maybe you'll tackle it all again later, right after you take a short nap. With an annoyed sigh, you breathe your last breath. Bro is getting torn apart alive, and he's thinking, how am I gonna clean this all up later? Like, what? Ending 2, Double Trouble. That was so fun. I loved that ending. That was awesome. Let's do something with the cat again. How about that? Like what? Well, we're not cleaning the cat. Let's try. I'm guessing the feeding the cat will just go into the same ending where it's like, oh, you try giving them some food and blah 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 blah. Let's play with him. Poor thing was probably bored stiff, sitting in that old box all day, just watching crowds of people walking by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. A little interspecies socializing won't kill you, right? Aw, you just want some attention, don't you? You want to play, huh? Meow. Okay then. What to play though? Look for some yarn. I think my laser pointer still works. Hide and seek, a classic. On second thought. All right. We're recording for like over 40 minutes here, so I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna go with one of these endings, and then I'll probably come back. I keep on getting the second thought prompt, and I'm wondering if something's gonna happen with that. I don't know if there's like a canonical ending, but I want to see if I can get it maybe. But I'm very curious. Laser pointer, hide and seek. Laser pointer, hide and seek. Laser pointer. I can come back and see the other one, maybe. Excuse me. Cats are curious creatures by nature. They're also natural hunters, sort of. Why not pass the time by letting the cat hunt after something it'll never quite understand? That sounds a little mean when you think of it like that. But it's not like the cat will know anyway. Ignorance is bliss, or so they say. The irony in that statement is crazy. So you dig out your old laser pointer from your long gone dreaded days of group presentations in school. You flip it on to see that even after all this time, the batteries still work. You get a little kick out of aiming it at a mirror, hanging it in the living room, so it reflects off the glass. Yeah, that's it, hanging. Okay, making a little red dot appear on your knee. Meow. The cat cautiously walks over, stopping every few steps to cast a look of suspicion at you. When it finally reaches you, it presses a paw onto your knee, like it's trying to catch the dot of red light as casually as possible. You manage to hold back a chuckle that, not that that really matters. The cat isn't paying attention to you at all, entirely focused on the light, now resting on top of its paw. Oops. Move the light a little higher above your knee. The cat reacts immediately, trying to pin the light down. But in the second, I can't read, oh my gosh. But in the next second, you already moved it onto the floor. The cat jerkily follows, attempting a more energetic pounce when you shift the red dot over here, over there, and over there. By the couch. Oh! That one's animated. On the couch. Meow, meow. The cat might be ignoring you, but you're certainly enjoying yourself. It's been a while since you've laughed this much. You're laughing so much, in fact, that you accidentally shift the red dot onto a lamp beside the couch. That's no good. In its haste to get the light, the cat leaps onto the lamp, sending them both to the ground. Oh my gosh. Oh, you did it bad. The cat is sitting there in the middle of the former lamp's broken shards, hunchback, its head whipping around back and forth as if in a panic. You quickly turn off the laser pointer and rush over. I'm so sorry, you okay? Are you hurt? You reach down to pick the cat up to check if it for any injuries when... Meow. Oh, who could have saw that happening? Dude, you're the one who jumped into the lamp, bro. Don't get pissed at him. Oh, hey. The cat swipes you, claws extended. It backs up and twitches away, making frantic half turns in various directions as if looking for something, or waiting for something to appear. Ow, jeez, that really hurt, you know. You hold the hand with a scratch close to your chest. It's bleeding, but it's not too big. You're more annoyed than anything else, but immediately your annoyance... Oh. Okay. Hey! Immediately your annoyance starts to bleed into concern. You watch in shock as the cat starts to run around, tearing at the carpet, the sofa, your armchair. You want to stop it, you're afraid of getting in the middle of its rampage. You consider calling a vet for advice on how to calm it down, but for some reason, you feel like that wouldn't be a good idea. What happened to you? Is it... An idea comes to you, or rather, a realization. You grasp the laser pointer, aiming it safely away towards the floor in the middle of the living room, thinking, hoping, that the cat would calm down if it found what it was looking for. You turn on the laser pointer. I'm guessing the cat, with this ending, it's going to be, like, whenever the laser pointer disappears, it's probably just going to, like, go into a rampage, and bro's going to have to, like, keep the laser pointer on, but we'll see. The cat's reaction is immediate. Oh, shit. You screwed up. In the span of mere seconds, you watch as the cat spies the red dot from its perch on the shredded armchair. Leaps high into the air. Oh. Changes in the air. Oh, shoot. And slams down upon the dot on the floor with a weight and force that shakes the whole apartment, maybe even the whole building. You wonder dazedly how none of the other tenants have rushed over to complain about the noise, yet you stare at the sight in front of you. Whoa, the cat has somehow grown in size. I'm kind of like vibing with this music. Eyes bulging and glowing, tail thrashing. teeth enlarged, bared, and covered alarmingly in a bubbling froth. Its giant claws rip and shred through the carpet, through the floor, tiles, and even below them, ravenously trying to get at the red dot. Your hands are shaking. You don't know what to do. You feel trapped. You have to get away. Get it away from you. You slowly back up towards the door. The light moves with you. Dude, the music... Why is the music going off this hard right now? Instinctively, you flick the light away. This way, this way and that. The cat stampeding after it. So fast. Smashing through the TV, breaking the couch in half. How big is this cat? Too fast. Bulldozing through the wall, into the alleyway. A chance! You turn, intending to bolt out the door and never come back. But in your haste, you forget something. You forget several somethings. You forget the laser pointer gripped like a lifeline in your hand. You forget the mirror still miraculously hanging on the wall next to the hallway. The laser reflecting off of it, putting a small, glowing red dot on the back of your head. And as you reach the door, you forget that it's locked. I love the suspense they built up, the music. That was so good. That was awesome. You don't even have the chance to turn around before the cat lunges all the way across the room at you. You're dead, bro. This is game over. You're torn to shreds before you can even blink. Ending 2. Targeted. Alright. Next up. Oh, let's play hide and seek now. What about hide and seek? You're not quite sure how it's going to work, but can a cat even understand the concept of a game? Let alone one with rules like hide and seek? Here, just... Excuse me. Pick up the cat, turn them away from you, and before, you pick up the cat and turn them away from you before hiding behind the armchair. You're almost certain that the cat must have turned and looked while you were hiding. Out of confusion at least, if nothing else. Meow. Regardless, a few moments later, the cat cautiously peeks around the armchair at you, eyes curious. You smile, scoop it up, holding out in front of you. You found me, you win! Yatta! Meow, meow. The cat looks confused, but pleased at your praise. This time you put it on the armchair so it can't see your hiding spot so easily. You dash over to the kitchen, hiding behind the counter. It takes a little longer this time for the cat to find you. This time when it does, it startles you by hopping down onto your lap from the countertop above. Whoa! Meow, meow! You found me again? Okay, you win. You reward it with little scratches behind the ear and under the chin when it leans into your touch. Okay, why don't you give it a try? Bro's confused. It's like, go hide, I'm gonna go find you. You go and stand in the middle of the living room. The cat following you. Make sure to make a show of covering your eyes and turning around. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Turn around and see that the cat is gone. Huh. You sure catch on quick. There aren't many places available in your apartment for someone your size to hide, but without the opposable thumbs needed to open and close doors in the hall, the cat will have its limits too. Fair game. Okay, now where to look? Living room, kitchen, hallway. Hallway. You peek around the corner into the hall. Nothing. You're not sure what you're expecting. With all the doors closed, there's nowhere in the hall for the cat to hide. Kitchen, living room. You look behind the couch and the armchair and under the coffee table. Nothing. The living room is pretty sparse when it comes to furniture, after all. I'm guessing it's not going to be in any of the locations. Kitchen. Or it'll be in the kitchen and it'll all tie back around to the knife, but we'll see. Peek around the armchair. Grab a chair and check on top of the fridge. You even open the cupboards along the floor, just in case the cat managed to squeeze inside. Nothing. You decide that's for the best. The kitchen is for making food, not playing games. You couldn't find the cat anywhere. Yeah, figures. You start to get a little worried when a soft sound coming from the hall. I already checked the hall. You head to the hall and listen again. It sounded like it was coming from your bedroom, but you walk down the hall to your room and gingerly open the door. Meow. Gah. The cat trots out and runs around your legs, meowing insistently. It looks so disappointed somehow. It's like, bro, you lost. You're terrible at this game. Perhaps in your apparently subpar seeking skills, but you lift the cat into your arms and look at your bedroom floor. How did you get into my room? That's like the least surprising thing about this cat. You know the door was locked. Oh, spooky. Right? The cat wiggles out of your hold and runs out of the hall. You follow to see it sitting in the middle of the living room. Meow. Upon seeing you, the cat promptly turns around, guessing it wants to take its turn seeking. Oh, smart little guy. You're about to indulge it by hiding around the corner again when... Oh, shit. The lights. Did the power go out? Darn it. As you wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, you notice that the cat hasn't moved an inch. Was it scared? Hey, are you... Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. What? For some reason, your heart starts beating faster. You consider going over to the cat, but when you do, the thought makes you feel like your life is in danger. You need to hide now. Oh, dude, he's turning this like into an actual like life or death game of hide and seek. That's what's gonna happen. 100 seconds. Wait, I'm actually in time to hide in the hall. Oh, hallway, closet, in the bathroom, in your bedroom. Sit on the couch. Get out of the apartment. Okay. Save. Sit on the couch. Are you joking? You get the feeling the cat would appreciate your lack of effort. And anyway, like hell are you getting anywhere closer? Stop messing around and find a place to hide. Okay, alright. Armchair, hall, hide in the hallway closet, bedroom. Hallway closet! You quietly slip into the hallway closet. The door won't close because the heavy box is not blocking it after you squeeze inside. If you try moving it further, the cat might hear it. That's it. If it hasn't heard you already, this won't work. You need to find somewhere else. Hurry! Hide in the bathroom. You quietly rush into the bathroom and clink, clink, clink. What? Why is the door locked? Freeze up upon realizing how much noise you just made, jostling the doorknob and hold your breath, listening. The sounds is coming from the living room feels heavier from before, more restless. Even in some miracle open spot, open the door now, it would know exactly where you were. No good. I'm dead. Hide in the apartment. You quietly rush into the bedroom, carefully closing the door behind you. The only place to hide in the bedroom is your closet. Risk another hiding spot. Bedroom. Hide in the closet. Lock the door as quiet as you can before lunging into the closet and sliding the door shut. As soon as you secured yourself in the closet, there's a sudden shift throughout the entire apartment, as if something senses that you're as ready as you'll ever be. As if it can sense that you're ready to be hunted. A horrible chill runs down your spine as you realize that that's what this game has become. I can read. This isn't a simple game of hide and seek anymore. This is being hunted by a predator as prey. It never really mattered where you chose to hide, did it? Bam. As if in answer to your question, you hear a loud slam on the bedroom door. You just manage to hold back, making a startled noise at the sound. Your heart rate kicks up again, making it feel hard to breathe quietly, hard to breathe in general. Tears fill your eyes as you cover your panting mouth with your shaking hands. It knows. It knows. Crying with your hands over your mouth, trying to smother the choked sounds leaking out of you. You slide down the wall at the back of your closet into a heap on the floor. It's in. You flinch harshly at the sound of the door being ripped off its hinges, followed by a loud crash against the wall on the other side of the room. Like the door has been blown away. The silence that follows is almost too much to bear. You can't. A single sob escapes through your nose. You squeeze your eyes shut in defeat at how loud it sounds in the quiet of the room. Not much point in hiding anymore anyway, is there? You instinctively... You instinctively put whatever energy you have left into listening for footsteps, even as you emotionally shut down. But you hear nothing. 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 Then... something slides open the closet door. You've curled in on yourself, knees up, back curved forwards, head down, mouth covered, eyes shut tight, so tight it hurts. You don't want to look. You don't want to look. But that's what it's waiting for. It won't end you without its final act of cruelty, of making you look at it before it takes your life. So cruel. You just want this to be over. So, you open your eyes. You see something glaring at you from the darkness beyond the closet door. It looks disappointed. In that moment, before you draw your last breath, you almost consider apologizing for being such unworthy prey. Guess your hiding skills were just as subpar as your seeking skills. Ending 3. Disappointing prey. Alright, let's play with the cat! On second thought. On second thought. Oh, okay. Let me pause the recording. I'll be right back. Alright, I've been recording for over an hour, so I think we'll get one more ending, and then we might call it there. Let's do something with the cat. Like what? Feed the cat, pet the cat, play with the cat, clean the cat. Let's pet the cat. It's not every day you have access to a cute, fluffy animal. What else to do but pet it with your to your heart's content. You sit on the floor in your living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. Merp. Merp. The cat just over to you immediately and climbs onto your lap. Poor thing, you just want some attention, don't you? Meow. Alright. You carefully pet the cat. A rub behind an ear, a scratch under the chin, a smooth sweep along the back. Good? You keep petting the cat in your lap, enjoying this bonding time together. The cat starts to get restless after a while. Let's save. Keep petting. You're not quite ready to stop. You feel so calm, the repetitive actions soothing your usually overworking mind. You keep petting. Ooh, he doesn't like that. The cat leans away from your next head pat. It's trying to get out of your lap. Keep petting. When you scratch under the cat's chin, it bites at your fingers. You might be bleeding, but really it barely hurts. More of a warning than anything else. Meow. The cat struggles in your hold. It's watching you closely. Keep petting. You keep petting the cat. Oh, chomp. Oh, delicious. Snack. The cat bites off your finger like it's just gone. It hurts. You're definitely bleeding now. But for some reason, you just can't stop. You know what it is. Its fur is so much softer than you realized. You'd think that it would be shining in the faint light of your living room, but as if the darkness of the black cat's coat is sucking in all the illumination around it, rendering it completely null, you're drawn to it. Like you're somehow holding a deep, dark abyss right in your lap. It seems calmer now, munching on your severed finger. The stump between your thumb and your middle finger is leaking. Huh. But you keep petting. You fret that your blood will ruin its fur, but the cat no longer seems to mind. Time passes. It's dark out now. Soft as the fur is, your palm has started to feel raw and damp under the constant friction of your petting, from your petting. You think faintly that maybe you've had enough. You start to lift your hand from the cat. When in a flash, now the cat's like, no, you will keep petting me. Oh, it's gone. Your hand, it's just gone. Just like that. Your entire hand is separated from your wrist. It flops onto your lap beside the cat. The cat's claws on its front right paw glisten with crimson liquid. You don't feel it for a moment, but your body tenses, anticipating the pain as you blankly watch the cat lick at the palm of your severed hand. It hurts. It really, really hurts. Then the cat looks up at you and feel compelled to keep petting. You're reluctant, but you're also afraid of what will happen if you don't heed the call. What will you do? What will you lose next if you try to resist again? You were hurt for your insolent petting earlier, yet now you've been hurt for trying to stop? It defies all logic, but that's what scares you. There's no reasoning with such fickle whims. You feebly try to raise your uninjured hand to pet the cat, but it stiffens, golden eyes glinting dangerously. Well, all right then. You raise your bleeding stump and resume your petting to the best of your ability. You pet, and you bleed. You pet, and you bleed. You pet, and you bleed. You pet, you... Ending 7, personal boundaries. Let's do something else. Clean the cat, play with the cat, feed the cat, pet the cat. On second thought, let's do something alone. I need like a more bombastic ending. Let's watch a movie, take a nap. Watch a movie. Watch a movie. You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get startled out of any of your started on any of your chores. Jeez, this is more reading than I normally do any day. So you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with an obscene amount of butter, and head over to the armchair. Only to discover that the cat is already napping on it. You frown a little in thought. Your couch isn't at the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having to put it back later. The only options you have left are to sit on the floor, or move the cat, or reclaim your throne. Let's reclaim the throne. You square your shoulders. Sorry, kitty, but that's my spot. You pick the cat and place it on the floor. He's not happy about that. It's clearly upset with you when you try to pet it as an apology. It dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put it on a random movie before nestling into your chair. It's some horror film that you love to heckle from beginning to end. Nothing but an endless string of pointless jump scares. Did the writers not know the meaning of the word subtle? Crash. What the heck was that? Was that The bathroom? The cat must have gotten into the medicine cabinet or knocked something over. Calming your thundering heart with a steep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. Meow. Whoa! The cat dashed between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch your bad horror movie. You go into the bathroom, turn on the light. Just as you thought, all your stuff in your medicine cabinet is scattered on the tiles. You sigh. At least none of it looks broken or damaged. You crouch down to pick everything up. Click. Did the door just close? Did you bump it when you crouched down, or... Well, at least the cat can't come in and make more of a mess this way. Huh? The lights. Didn't you just replace the bulbs? They weren't faulty, were they? You never remember to hold on your receipts for situations like these. You doubt you'll be able to get your money back. You stand up. You shake out the pain in your knees from crouching and open your medicine cabinet. Carefully place everything back where it belongs, making sure nothing is missing. You close the cabinet door. What? You jump back, slam against the wall, covering your mouth. You look back up the mirror on the medicine cabinet to see nothing. Nothing? What the hell? Something was... You know you saw something just now. You know you did, right? You saw something. You definitely saw something. Yeah, definitely. Oh, shit. You rush out of the bathroom and slam the door behind you without looking. You enter the hall and... No. Kitty! No. You shield yourself with their arms and... Nothing. Nothing again? You peek through your fingers and see... Just your usual hallway. You don't feel very good. Mr. Stark, I don't feel very good. You need to sit down. You carefully make your way back to the dark living room. Try not to overwhelm your senses any more than you already have. Maybe you should watch something a little more lighthearted. Or just lie down instead. You don't know. It's a little hard to think. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward, you reach your chair, but... Kawaii! It's nothing. Nothing at all. Just the cat, sitting back in your chair again, looking up at you curiously. Meow. But it's enough. Your heart lurches so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes roll up into your skull. You feel yourself falling back. What the... What is going on? You're dead before you even hit the ground? What? Ending 4? What? Wait. Ending 4? Real subtle. Okay, that was a little... It was subtle. It was subtle. You just died. Like, the thing that I think is scary about that one is you don't know what happened. You just died. Like, they just died. Like, you don't even know what happened. Did the cat do something to your brain? Like, what went... That whole segment was just strange. I think I may have to end it there. Oh, alright. Well... This is a fun game. I didn't even get all the endings. As you can tell, let's go to endings. We got 7 out of 40 endings. There are 40 endings. I'm sorry, but I am not a madman. I am not going to go and get all of these endings. But I strongly suggest you guys that you go and you try this game out, especially if this looked, at all interesting to you. This is the first, narrative game I played on the channel. So definitely a lot more reading than I'm used to. You guys were very much exposed to my 3rd grade reading level today, but I hope you enjoy it. I hope I did a good enough job kind of narrating things. I hope I wasn't fumbling over my words too much. But I thought it was awesome. I'm very curious to see the kind of I just because out of the endings I did see, I think that it's really cool how creative that they are. I think my favorite ending, I thought they were all pretty good. My favorite one that I saw personally was the wall of cats. That was crazy. Like the wall of cats that just broke, and like that whole visual was so good when the player turned around. Loved that. That was awesome. That was so awesome. But please, if this game seems interesting to you, check it out. Take some other paths, try some different stuff out, and try finding the other endings. Because, you know, I do, while yes, part of the reason I'm not finding the other endings is because there's 40 of them, and that would take forever. But also, I want to give you guys a reason to go and check this game out if it interests y'all. Let's find out who is this made by again. Give me a second. I feel like I should have found this out beforehand. It was made by Pixeliminal. Huge shout out to Pixeliminal. I think that was awesome. That was so cool. Pixeliminal, go give your love and support to Pixeliminal. I think this was just such a cool narrative-based game. And there's just so many endings, and I think it's so cool. Like the concept that you just take this cat home that is just like, I would assume like it has all these otherworldly entity-like abilities, and I think it's just awesome. Right? It just really keeps you wondering, and I'm very curious what other kind of endings that are in this game and the stuff that it can do. I think it was just so cool. Amazing work, Pixeliminal. Please go give Pixeliminal some love. And yeah, that was Do Not Take This Cat Home. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you dislike the video, make sure to dislike it. If you accidentally hype the video, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. I don't think you can unhype a video. But anyway, for real, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.